Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Late Night Sunday Show. How's it going? Well, it's been a sort of quiet week, really, hasn't it? Not much has been happening for me personally, and I haven't really been releasing that many in the way of videos. Things haven't quite calmed down as quickly as I wanted them to, and I'm watching through seasons 1 and 2 of Grimm. So that's taking up a lot of time, which is good. Really loving that show. Kat and I are watching that together at the minute. But no spoilers, because we haven't got to the end yet. None. Anyway, yeah, it's been a quiet week. I still haven't been able to sort of grab the motivation to jump onto the vanilla server and start doing stuff. You know, I keep having ideas, and then I realize just, this much, and I have to do this. And there's a lot of work that goes into these sort of things, and at the minute, I don't even get enough time to keep up with the episodes that I want to. To do more work is kind of dangerous. It would just mean less episodes. Maybe. And I don't really want to be doing less than what I'm doing at the minute, which still isn't very much. Fantastic. It's a nice little catch-22 there. So, this week has been quite good for Hypermind in general, though, because we had our second podcast. I think it's the second one. I wasn't around for the first one, but something that we talk about quite a lot, and that never happens, is mostly because we tend to just play around quite a lot. So, the sort of requirement for organization to do something just doesn't happen, because we'll say, oh yeah, we should do this, and then nobody says with a firm date, it has to happen here, because I don't think anybody likes taking the whole leadership role. It's because nobody really wants to tell everybody else what to do. It's too much of a fun, friendly atmosphere for that to happen all the time. But Zul'jin stepped up to the plate and said, okay, we're doing it here at this time, be here or not, whatever. And then it just magically happened. Which is a bit weird. It's never actually happened that way before. But it was a really good, hour-long just stream of consciousness, where we just babble away. There's no real agenda. If you haven't watched it yet, there'll be a link in the description down below to go see that, and then you can hear us talk about all sorts of stupid stuff. But one of the things that came out of it was that we really should start doing more group stuff, and that we need to get away from what I just talked about, where we don't really organize things. We kind of just let things happen, and it doesn't. And that means nothing actually happens. So there's a lot more organization going on right now, so you're going to see a lot more exciting stuff come out of the Hypermind community in the short term. And hopefully even more awesome stuff in the long term. There's some irons in the fire that I'm aware of at the minute, sort of nebulously, that are plans. So we'll see what comes out of that. One of the things that did come up was that we might stop the FTB server as it is. Well, it's not really FTB, it's OneWolfe's pack. And start to use that server space for more event-type maps and so forth. So what I will probably be doing is, if that does come to pass, which I think it's quite likely, I will grab the map and I will continue my Hypermind series as a single player thing, or maybe set up a server and Albanakers and Wooly and I can carry on doing our thing. We'll see, but there's a lot more exciting stuff coming up. I think that is all the news I have right now. There hasn't really been much else. I'm racking my brains. No. Alright, everybody, without much further ado, let's bring on our guest for tonight, OneWolfe.
Yay!
There we go.
Awesome!
How's it going, man?
Great!
Right.
Just got done with the live stream and I am pumped, man.
Alright. If you could just move to the end
I've been
of the
building all day.
You
Which
that
end?
One. There we go. You're in. You were out of frame for a second there.
Oh, okay.
That's all right. That's all right. So yeah, just got your live stream done. That was pretty awesome. I watched. I think I got the last, I don't know, half of it or so.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm finally able to actually stream. It's a little laggy. There's been some glitches off and on,
Hmm.
but I've been trying to get streams working at all since about
All
October,
right.
and I kind of gave up on it for a while there. I was really disappointed. I all I could get was a black
Oh
screen. It's
right.
driving me
Weird.
nuts. So yeah, I gave up on it. But I think Midnight Designer and T.O. Lone Wolf helped me get it all straightened out at the first of the year.
Oh okay. So they
Like
like,
right at the first of the year.
they
Yeah.
gave you some advice and sorted you right out.
Yeah. So
Ah.
I'm gonna be doing a lot more of
All
that.
right. You
Probably more so than uploading to YouTube anymore.
really?
I think. Maybe.
That's
We'll
it's
see.
quite a departure.
It's basically due to my job.
Oh, okay.
The 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 hours have been really extended.
Hmm. Hmm.
It I got an hour drive either direction, and then I'm usually there 8 to 10 hours a day.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
you can I'm stuck at the office. Well, I'm stuck away from the house for about 12 hours,
That's a long time to be away from home.
especially when you're a YouTuber.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
YouTubing takes a lot of time,
Yep. No, that's.
and
I suppose that's the draw of streaming, isn't it? It doesn't take quite as long to actually just get yourself going, and once you're set up, it's a push of a button, really.
well, it's not even that well, definitely there is no easy button. There is no easy button. There's always issues with it. My first issue was sound.
Hmm.
I had some background sounds that were just overpowering my voice. Tried getting some other people involved in the stream. Was helping Lapis build
All
something,
right.
and for half the stream, nobody could hear her at all.
Oh wow, that's weird. What are you using to stream then?
I'm using a program called Open Broadcast Software
Oh yeah, yeah,
(OBS).
quite popular.
It's it does have some options, but I didn't know what they were,
Oh right, okay.
so I had to figure out what they were.
Yeah. All right.
But
So I mean, you've more recently had a bit of a return to YouTube because you took a break for a long time.
that was definitely job related. Back in July, got an offer that I couldn't
The
refuse,
best kind.
and had to fly down to Albuquerque,
All right.
halfway across the state. I've been living out of New Mexico
All right. Okay.
for my whole YouTube career. I've been living in New Mexico,
Hmm.
and so I flew down to Albuquerque and was living out of a motel for 3 months.
All right. Oh, not pleasant.
Uh, no, it's definitely not pleasant, especially internet wise.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine.
They offered free Wi-Fi, but it the offer of free Wi-Fi was worse than a DSL.
Oh man.
Felt more like dial-up.
Fantastic. I'm sure it was dial-up. If you listen closely, you could probably hear the modem beeping away.
Well, they did have some dishes out front, so I figured they were getting satellite or something.
Ugh. If it's free,
'Cause
it's
that's
usually
pretty,
bad.
yeah. And then they did have another service that was like $40 a day
Ooh.
because they're expecting day travelers
Yeah, yeah. That's understandable.
for a motel. So, a day traveler comes in, they want high speed internet,
Hmm.
charge them $40, and then. But I was there for 3 months.
Yeah, I suppose that's not really a feasible option.
No, it wasn't.
Oh
So
man.
yeah, sorry my sniffles.
That's alright. You got a
Been
bit of a cold, eh?
stuffed up for it's allergies
Oh
mostly,
right, okay.
and they never go away.
No, no. I mean, you
So
probably wouldn't have been too badly affected by that polar storm thing, if at all.
well, I'm probably too far
Yeah,
south.
yeah.
In fact, I'm sitting here in shorts and a t-shirt.
I am jealous. I'm sitting fully clothed with a blanket across my legs because it's freezing here in the UK.
Oh wow, yeah. I might want to put some socks on. My toes are getting a little chilly, but that's about
Nice. Wow. No, not jealous at
it.
all. Nope.
I think everybody except for maybe Zul'jin on Hypermine is probably pretty jealous right now.
Yeah. Everybody else is freezing. Except for
And maybe
Armitage.
Armitage, Zul'jin, and Albanak, I think, are the ones that are actually pretty warm climate right now.
Yeah, yeah. Elbin, his little Spanish town.
S- Spanish town. Yeah, it's got to be pretty warm over there.
Well, it's still winter there, but it's not going to be too cold really. So
Yeah, it's winter here, but I swear outside it looks like spring.
lucky for some. That must mean in summer it looks like a desert.
It is a
Oh,
desert.
okay. You pick the best places to live.
It's
Nothing grows there.
I was actually living on the border between New Mexico and Colorado, so
Ah, okay.
the first couple of years were not too bad, but now I'm moved quite a bit farther south, and it's pretty hot down here.
Is that something you like? Are you a heat person?
Uh, I spent 10 years in Phoenix going to college,
Right.
so
Lovely
got
Arizona.
kind of used to the Phoenix. The Phoenix, that's a big desert. That is a big desert.
Perfect for a wolf like yourself.
Hey, I like trees. More trees, more bathrooms.
True. True.
Seriously. Fire hydrants just don't cut it for a wolf.
Ah, alright, okay. Not a dog then.
No. Wolf, dog, no, no. Big difference.
Oh man. Right, so we talked a little bit about you coming back to YouTube, but more
hmm
recently you've been concentrating on Rust. Do you want to tell us about a bit about that?
Uh, I wouldn't say concentrating, but the Hypermind crew, not all of us, some of us that actually have the ability to get on Steam and are interested in this kind of thing, have put together a Rust server
Ah, right, okay.
for strictly for the purposes of creating YouTube content, similar to Hypermind.
Yeah, yeah.
The Hypermind server is not really a bunch of friends together, um, derping around building stuff.
Mhm.
Um, I see it mostly as we're all YouTubers. Everybody on the Hypermind is YouTubers. Yes, we're all really good friends, but we're there to make YouTube
Yeah,
content.
yeah, I can see that.
So it's definitely a YouTube server. And so the Rust server, Ruby Zone actually set it up. He's the one that's put it together and got it running. And it's there strictly for us to make YouTube content without having to deal with a lot of what's going on the public servers.
Right, yeah, well,
Um,
it's going to be just constant ganking.
and updates.
Ah, right, okay.
Every time an update comes out, the servers basically get wiped.
Oh, okay. Well,
The maps get wiped.
mm,
And I'm a builder, and I couldn't stand if somebody just wiped everything that I built.
okay, well,
It would drive me insane.
your structures aren't really permanent. They sort of decay over time.
Oh, that is annoying about Rust. But Ruby is in control of the server, and he's managed to find a way to set the decay rate to months as opposed to hours.
Ah, okay, so now you can at least build something. Because they've got their own little Cajun series going.
Oh yeah, in fact, I actually make a guest appearance on their Cajun series.
Oh, yeah?
The episode should be out on Monday.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Um, I don't know if I'm going to be making tutorials or just funny little skits,
Mhm.
random. I'm not going to be making a full LP series. There's just not enough content in Rust right now for a full LP.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Um, but there's room for a how to survive your first night type series like what Paul Soar did.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
How to survive your first night in Minecraft.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember.
Maybe 5 or 6 episodes of how to get started. I might do a little tutorial.
Okay.
But I'm definitely getting a lot of response from a zombie hunting comedy skit that I
Yeah, I was
did
going to bring that up because you talked about
yesterday.
skits. Your big game hunter, which is awesome, by the way. I love that episode.
I was trying to play off something between future weapons and man versus wild kind of episodes.
Way over the
Um,
top.
oh yeah. There's another one that I got. My original inspiration was from a guy called Wings of Redemption. I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy.
No.
He's actually pretty huge. A lot of his videos are from Fallout
Oh, okay.
and Fallout New Vegas. I don't know if you've played Fallout.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
You know what Death Claws are?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Okay, this guy did an episode of it was totally it felt like he was playing Elmer Fudd. And the
What?
title of the episode is "Shh, I'm hunting death claws." And he goes around with this sniper rifle and he has a deathkin as a follower.
Right, right.
And he's going through one of the big deathkin dens and just hunting them down. And his commentary is just amazing. It's really awesome, and that's where I basically got the inspiration for my zombie hunting episode. I wanted to put the link in there, which reminds me I'm going to have to go do that.
Oh, we're definitely going to have a link to your video from here, so
Awesome.
we can see if we can get something else out of that. Does he also go into detail about the handcrafted 556?
Yeah, his is definitely over the top. He talks about death claws like they're a real species.
Oh, right, okay.
And their traits and all the things about death claws. It's pretty well pretty well role played.
All right. Wow. We'll definitely have to get a link to that, and we can take a look at that. And you sort of revived another series of yours, the Surviving Skyrim.
Yeah, surviving Skyrim was never intended to be let go,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason I brought it back is because I still had footage left over.
Oh, right. Okay. So.
I still had when I left to go to this new job in Albuquerque, I still had 5 episodes sitting on my hard drive.
Oh, right. Okay. Wow. You still had loads of footage then.
Yeah, and just up and deleting the footage wasn't really
That's not an option.
didn't really make sense. So I went ahead and finished editing them and uploaded them, and I decided, might as well continue because I really did want to get pretty far with that series. There are some extra things that are really helpful for a mage class, some gear and equipment.
All right. Okay.
And I wanted to go through and hunt down all that gear and equipment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's some other rare artifacts that I wanted to try and hunt down with that character. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's really cool. That's another series to watch. You're playing Necromancer. Ish.
At the start, ish. At the start, he's just a pure mage.
Right. Okay.
And I mean, that kind of makes sense for a necromancer. You got to learn how to be a mage first.
Yeah. Yeah. Does make sense.
Just starting right off, raising dead. That's difficult. You have to learn how to use your magic in the first place as a like an apprentice.
Right. Right.
But Skyrim really doesn't give you any decent necromantic skills in the beginning.
No.
Like
Raised dead quite a lot.
like yeah, and their raised dead is really nerfed. You can only raise 1. I'm like, really? I can raise 1 zombie. I have to get to level like 60 before I can raise a second zombie.
Wow.
I mean, seriously, guys. Well, at least level 60 in your conjuration skill.
Yes. Yeah.
so that you can unlock the perk. I mean, that's probably the inaccurate number, but it's pretty close. It's either like 60 or 70 or something. It's really high. It's just, come on. I got to have a huge skill level to be able to raise another zombie. But there is a place you can go, and I think it's called a ritual stone or a
Yes.
guardian
Yeah.
stone. Once you've got that ability, you can raise a massively huge
It's
army.
everybody within like some distance, isn't it?
I would say 20 blocks.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, it's everybody. And when the spell dispels, goes away, the bodies don't dissolve into piles of dust
Ah, okay. So you can actually do it again.
again and again and again and again. My
Ah.
next Skyrim episode has me going through a dwarven dungeon
Yeah.
as part of one of the mage quests, and I finally found some bodies that I can resurrect, because if you've been through a dwarven dungeon, you know it's all full of
Yeah.
machines.
Yeah.
So there's these blind guys down in the lower
Yeah.
depths of those
Felmir.
dungeons. Falmir. So I've got a huge army of Falmir that I keep raising over and over and over and over and over. I think there's like 20 or 30 bodies following me around. It gets really congested though, because some of those passages are really narrow, and I get like stuck several times.
Oh man. Yeah, I remember. I because it's Mislift, isn't it, that you're in?
Yep,
That's the one.
Mazolft.
It's one
Mazolft.
of those. Some strange name that isn't really pronounceable because that doesn't have enough vowels.
Yeah,
It's all consonants.
it is. It's crazy. So,
Nuts.
yeah, the next episode should be, I think, Tuesday. Coming out Tuesday.
Tuesday. All right. Well, that's another one that we have to look forward to. So,
Uh-huh.
so let's go. Let's go into a little bit of history for you, shall we?
Okay.
Tell us how is it?
Setting our Wayback Machine to 2011, I guess.
Yes. Let's go right back to the beginning about how you got into this business in the first place.
How did I get into this business?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's blame Minecraft. Let's start
Okay.
with hashtags blame Minecraft.
Setting a theme.
Um, yeah, I started out just building a world off of a seed that I found called Archspore. That's actually the name of the seed.
Okay.
And I was building some pretty interesting stuff, and one of my coworkers suggested, why don't I try and upload everything to YouTube? At the time, I actually kind of despised YouTube.
All right. Okay.
I really did. I hated it. I only used YouTube for cheats and hacks and
Uh-huh.
how to get through other adventure games.
Yep.
I'd use it for tutorials and um,
It's number one use aside from kitten videos.
kitten videos. Oh my god, kitten videos. And cheap rip-offs of music videos.
Yes. Yes. All right. So
So-
now you started making YouTube videos, and how did you? What's your journey from there until sort of today, where you're on the Hypermine and you're a very large group of people?
Well, very large group of people. Okay. Um,
Now he's got to think about it, folks.
I got to think about it. I'm actually trying to decide what highlights should I mention. There was a point when I was following Doc M, and one of my first goals was I wanted to get a shout out from Doc M.
Okay.
And he was offering, or he had a subscriber, not a subscriber thing. What was it? Subscriber of the week.
Yes. Yes. Like Biffy does
Yes.
at the minute.
Yeah, I haven't seen Biffus subscriber of the week,
It's Zul'jin, actually.
but yes, I know,
Ah.
but I haven't seen his
Sure.
how he
Yeah.
presents it. What YouTube in the past had a feature that would show up on your front page channel called the subscriber of the week.
Oh, okay.
So not only did I get a shout out from his video, from Doc M's video, but on his front page was my channel. It was a link to my channel.
Ah, okay.
It sat there for 7 days.
Nice.
Definitely.
That's quite a boost, that is.
And that's how I quickly jumped to my first 300 subs.
Ah, right, right.
And, I believe I did that within like a couple months. I went from just a few dozen subs to all of a sudden having 300 subs.
And basically, you
Just blam.
you've just been very persistent, liking all these videos and commenting as much as possible.
Oh yeah. And he also had a lot of contests like what Zul'jin had. Build a skin, help him build his nether portal room.
Ah, right, okay.
Lots of different little things to get the community involved.
Yeah.
It's something I really haven't done a lot of.
Well, community involvement or...
Yeah, like contests and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not sure what I could offer as a reward at this point. I can't really give out, what is it, Hypermind tickets.
Maybe we can work something out with Zul'jin where somebody gets a pass for like half an hour.
CobbleCon pass. That would be cool.
That would be interesting. But wow.
But that's his.
That's his thing.
That's his.
Yeah.
And then I actually met Zul'jin within the first year of YouTubing.
All right. How did that happen?
He was actually one of my subscribers, I believe.
Were you bigger than Zul'jin at the time?
Oh yeah, I was about twice the size of Zul'jin at the time. He had 200. I had about 500.
Ah, right. Okay. Back when he was small fry. Back in the day.
But he had actually been uploading longer than I had.
Ah, right. Okay. So you had a sort of meteoric rise.
Yep, just a quick jump. And he did an interview of me.
Oh, right. Okay.
I invited him to my single player world. Hosted it on a small server for a day.
Yeah.
He came on there, did an interview. We flew around the world. I showed him all the sites. I forget what the episode was called.
I'm sure we'll be able
but
to find
he was planning on doing some interviews of others, but I don't think it ever continued.
Right, okay.
And then ever since then, we've been kind of hanging out together.
Ah.
It's been about 2 years now.
Yeah.
Since then.
Good long friendship. Well, Zul'jin's a good guy, so it's nice to hang around
Yeah.
with him. Alright, so is that where your own talk show sort of evolved from?
Oh, I have no idea where my talk show came from. I cannot remember. I think my talk show was written. The initial inspiration was from Doc M himself.
Okay.
He was back when I got on his what was it? His subscriber of the week. He was doing a weekly channel update, and he was spotlighting some of his favorite channels. And at one point, he had BOO. This is after he got onto the Minecraft server.
Okay.
He had BOO come over and visit his treehouse.
All right. Yeah.
And they had benches and chairs set up just like this, and they sat between a table and they just talked.
Kind of like what we're doing. Yeah.
Kind of like what we're doing for an entire episode. It was up on the top of a tree, and they just talked about whatever was going on at the time. And I thought that was just absolutely amazing. And I wanted to try and make a series out of doing something like that. So I created a jungle biome and put a little cafe up on top of this jungle tree.
Yeah, I've seen it. I remember.
And I started bringing on some people that I knew who either had servers or had been, I was trying to keep it current.
Okay, so people who
I
are
wanted,
making
I,
stuff at the time.
yeah, we talked about Tekkit. We talked about the RMCT Race for Wool tournaments.
Oh yeah.
We talked about people's servers.
Hmm.
Um, I actually got one of the RMCT official announcers who stream the tournaments. I got one of their announcers actually on the
Oh
show,
right, nice.
and she is just absolutely huge right now
Do you remember the name?
for stream. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely remember the name. Honey Plays.
Honey Plays. All right.
I
Okay.
still watch her streams, and she still does tournaments all the time.
Ah, okay. All right. Might that
So that was my last and final guest before the show kind of got canceled.
is that because of you moving away, or is it just sort of thing that
Oh
dropped
no,
off?
it was. What happened is I got Mbot on the show,
Oh yeah. Okay.
and all the footage got corrupted.
Ah yeah. When something like that happens,
Um,
it's a real downer.
yeah, he would have been my biggest guy, and I couldn't get him to come back and re-record it,
Mm.
so I just kind of let it drop. And in fact, it was one of those periods where I was about ready to give up on YouTube altogether.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Everybody
And
goes through that.
then right after that, Zul'jin started the Hypermind server with the Feed the Beast mods,
Yep. Okay.
and so I got back into it again.
Yeah. That's brought new life, didn't it?
Yep.
Ah.
Things kind of got dry and boring, and I was kind of wanted to get out of it for a while. And Zul'jin and the other guys, the other founders of the Hypermind, because some of them aren't around anymore. Um,
Yeah. I've seen this. The list is quite long.
but Al and Armitage and Zul'jin, I think, are who's basically left from that initial first day
All right.
where we
Okay.
started up the server the first day, and we built a little shack and dug a big hole.
Oh man, I think there was a video of Zul'jin's a while back. His momentous moments videos, if you've
Yep.
been watching.
Momentous moments. That's a great episode.
Yeah, and where he goes on to the first Hypermind map and sort
Uh-huh.
of just flies around showing all the stuff off.
Oh
You
yeah.
guys had all sorts of cool stuff going on there.
Well, all of a sudden we were given. I mean, especially from someone like myself, who's a big creative builder, we all of a sudden had like hundreds of new blocks to build with.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was really, really impressed with the red cobblestone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I built a pair of twin towers out of this red cobblestone stuff.
That sounds quite good.
But yeah,
All right. So that sort of brings us a little bit closer to now.
right.
Oh man. So you're getting more into your streaming. Are you primarily going to concentrate on Minecraft, or you going to branch out into other sort of mediums?
Well, for streaming, most of the streamers that I know almost hardly ever do much Minecraft at all.
Okay.
And if it is Minecraft, it's usually mini games or RMCT or Race for Wool kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
PvP, Hunger Games,
Yeah, quick easy
you know,
matches, nothing.
more action based streaming.
Yes. Yeah.
And a lot of them do a lot of other games. And for me to make an LP series out of other games at this point, because of my work schedule, is almost impossible.
Right. Okay. So
So
Okay.
instead of making some new LPs, I've got some people who've been asking me to try and make this newest craze, Octodad.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the big
If
thing.
I ever do Octodad, it's going to be as a stream.
Okay.
It's not going to make an LP out of it.
Right. Okay. So it's really going to become your new major focus, I guess. Then.
I don't know if it's going to be the major focus. I'd like to see it. I would definitely be outstanded and happy if it got bigger than my YouTube channel.
Right.
But I mean, YouTube is still probably going to be the primary focus.
Right. Whilst you
And
try and
and
transition or something similar.
I want to try and keep them balanced.
Right. Okay. That's a lot of work.
Well, I can record on the weekends and upload throughout the week.
Uh-huh.
It's just recording during weekdays that's the problem.
Yeah, because you're getting
So
home late.
it's instead of recording on the weekdays, I was thinking of trying to stream during the weekdays.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Right now, my streaming days are Wednesday and Saturday.
Right. So take note, folks. Wednesday, Saturday,
Wednesday night, Saturday morning.
and I can't remember what time zone. Are you Central or
I'm on Mountain Time.
Mountain Time? All right. So minus
Same,
6.
same as Colorado.
Yeah.
Everybody knows where Colorado is.
Yes. Yes. There's.
But nobody knows where New Mexico is.
Well, why would we? It's a desert.
It's not even the desert. I mean, I say Arizona, you automatically know, oh, it's the desert. But apparently there's this place that happens to be somewhere between Arizona and Texas.
Yeah.
And that mystical no man's land is where I'm at.
New Mexico.
I bet you if I threw out the word Roswell, you'd know what that is.
Yes. I'm pretty sure everybody knows where that is.
Okay. I'm quite a ways from that place known as Roswell.
Okay.
It's in the I believe it's in the southeast corner of the state.
But still the same state.
Still the same state. That invisible place between Arizona and Texas.
Except for that one well-known airbase.
Roswell, yeah.
Where nothing shady goes on at all.
Ever. No. It's funny that it's actually supposed to be in Nevada.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if a spaceship actually did crash in Roswell, and you had a secret base up in Nevada, how did you move the spaceship from New Mexico through Utah to get to Nevada?
Well, nobody knows where the most of those places are. So clearly nobody else lives there.
Well, yeah, nobody lives in Nevada. That's true.
That place really is a desert. There's nothing there.
There's nothing there. Well, it's got grass.
Occasionally. I have actually been
Arizona doesn't even have. You've been to Nevada?
I've been through most of the US actually.
Oh yeah, you're a worldwide contractor.
Well, that was before that, but yeah,
Okay.
something like that. I went traveling as a youngster,
Oh, nice.
so none of it was a good idea. Oh man.
Most of the traveling I did was with my parents.
No, I made the mistake of traveling basically alone.
Oh, darn it. That sucks.
Well, it's good and bad. There's a lot of experiences that you can have when there's nobody else around. You don't have to worry about other people.
Yeah, that is true. Now that I have a family, there's a lot of things that I can't do anymore.
Yeah, I know how that feels. Oh well. You kind of get used to it. Give up all your hopes and dreams. I shouldn't say that, it's not true. I'm probably gonna be sleeping on the couch tonight.
Is somebody listening there in the background?
Yes. She's always
Oh.
listening, always watching,
Oh.
waiting for any slip up.
So yeah, when I first started YouTubing, we lived in a trailer house that was more like a one-room studio apartment.
Uh-huh. All right.
So whenever I was recording, there was always somebody else there.
Yeah.
Whether they were asleep on the couch or sitting there watching their, they've got a laptop, so they play their video games or watch their DVDs. And today, now that I have I don't know, I haven't even counted all the rooms in this house. It's now got 2,400 square feet,
Wow, nice.
3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and she can actually go out into the living room and watch her TV out there
Wow, jeez.
while I'm in the bedroom.
Uh,
Um, I want to get one of the bedrooms turned into a game studio,
right, okay, sort of soundproof, that sort of thing.
but the problem is there's no internet in there,
Ah, right, okay. Well, you can run some cable.
and well, it's a rental, so I can't
Ah,
just hole in the wall.
they'll never know. They'll be fine.
Yeah, they would know, seeing as I've already discussed it with them.
Ah, right, you're giving the game away. You're not,
Well,
you're not
I
supposed to do
mean,
that.
I don't exactly. It's a stone wall. I don't exactly have the tools to just drill a hole right
That's
through.
alright, I'll lend you a masonry drill. Problem solved.
And then we found out later that there's actually electrical wires running
Ah, right.
through the.
Yeah, you probably want to avoid those.
So yeah, it's going to take a while before I can get the internet through there. I mean, I could probably go with the wireless solution, but I hate wireless.
Ah, well, wireless is what I'm using at the minute.
Oh, nice.
Well, has its ups and downs. What?
It's definitely a no-no when streaming.
Really? Yeah, it hasn't really been a problem
Oh
for me
yeah.
so far, but it's well, it's still fairly high speed wireless, so it's not as slow. It's not slower than my actual upload, so
Oh, okay.
there is that. It helps. But whenever my wife is playing Dota, if I walk into the kitchen, it gives her lag. It's it's the weirdest thing.
Did you have any metal plates installed
Well, I'm actually
in your
Wolverine,
bed?
so
Oh,
it's a
okay.
bit of a problem.
Yeah, that I would stay away from wireless entirely. Wow.
Yeah.
You got to be hell on the cell phones too.
Mm. Wait, my wife is explaining to me how she manages to go to the kitchen when she's playing without causing the lag by sort of rolling out of the room like a ninja and then sort of leopard crawling back in. There we go. She doesn't break the line of sight for the wireless.
Exactly. Got to get out your hairspray and check for those laser lines.
Yes, that's the one. I should take up smoking so we can always see where the lines are. Play my own Metal Gear Solid.
Just get my wife's air freshener that she's always spraying around the house.
Oh yeah. Well, at least the house will probably smell nice.
No.
No?
To me, her air freshener smells like Raid insect repellent spray
Oh
stuff.
no.
I hate it. I mean, I don't smell the flowery scent. I smell the
The chemical.
propellant,
Yeah.
the chemical propellant that's behind it, and it reminds me of the ant killer my mom used to spray all over the house.
Nasty. Oh man. All right.
So, how are we doing on time?
We're about 40 minutes in, so
Okay.
I think we can probably start to wrap up a little bit. Oh man. So, I mean, you've come back into YouTube fairly recently, and you've started Twitch streaming. Are there, other than Honey Plays, are there any other sort of YouTubers or streamers that you're watching at the minute?
Um, there's a couple of guys that I used to watch quite a bit. One of my favorites was a guy who used to he started recording back in Minecraft alpha version,
Okay, way back when
and
then.
way back, and he records everything on camera, but it's really interesting to watch. And he's had some problems with his YouTube channel, personal life. He's had to move several times.
Okay.
I think his channel at one point got hacked and
Oh
deleted.
wow, harsh.
So 2 years of footage gone,
Oh
just
man.
poof, gone. Yeah, that would make anybody quit,
Yeah, yeah. I think I'd be in tears after that.
especially when you've got a couple thousand subscribers and suddenly all your footage is gone.
Yeah,
Poof.
jeez, that's devastating.
Um, and his name is the Mind
The
Fiend.
Mind Fiend. Okay.
The Mind Fiend. And another good friend of his that I used to follow quite a bit. In fact, I've given a shout out for these guys before. Um, both the Mind Fiend and this other guy. His channel is still around,
Hmm.
but he does a lot of different stuff other than just Minecraft. But he's actually a pretty good Minecraft builder. He does pretty good detail work on small scale
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Yeah, that's a hard
You know,
skill, that one.
I can't do
No,
it.
neither can I.
Small details are not for me. I'm more of a large scale.
Yep.
Like the city, I could do something like this city, but as for furnishing it, no way.
No, no, that's. I'm useless at that sort of stuff. That's why I tend to work with my wife a lot when I'm building, because she's got that eye for small detail that I just can't
Aha!
see. So if something,
I was wondering where you were getting that
if you
from.
see something that looks nice in the small
It's
bits, that ain't me.
did she do the studio?
She helped me with it, yes, with the
Okay.
detail. Um, I was meant to actually work on this over Christmas and would get a lot more detail in it, but life just took a terrible turn, so far too
So
busy.
before we get too far off the subject, the
All
other
right,
guy's
yes,
channel is called the Good Old
the
Gamer.
good old gamer. Okay,
He likes to be referred to as GOG,
let's go. Like the website.
GOG,
Yeah.
GOG. Yeah, he does a lot of other videos besides Minecraft, but I do like watching him. And the Mind Fiend recently has started a new MMO series
Okay.
that just looks absolutely amazing. It's called The Secret World.
Oh right. Okay, I know the secret world.
Oh, you
Funcom.
do?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, he started doing an LP on The Secret World, and I've
Ah.
been following that, sitting on the edge of my seat watching it. It's just really good stuff.
Which faction did you choose?
He's got. I think he has a character in each one,
Ah, okay.
just because he wanted to try him out.
Yeah, yeah.
I think his favorite faction is the Templars
Right. Okay.
because they're based in Britain,
Okay.
and the Mind Fiend is definitely English.
Oh, it,
He's definitely a British
very
guy.
straight up British. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Got the full accent and everything.
accent, the attitude.
Ah, stiff upper lip a lot. Does he stop periodically to drink tea?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. What a silly question to ask.
In fact, the two British founders of Minecraft
Hmm.
hate tea. They drink coffee.
Yeah, it's not surprising. A lot of people drink coffee here, quite a lot. When
Huh.
I go to work, I'm the only person who drinks tea.
Wow.
So it's weird like that.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised.
It's I think a lot of people drink tea at home, but
Hmm.
tend to drink coffee at work or when they're other doing stuff. And I do it the other way around. I drink coffee at home, but I drink tea at work. Usually because coffee that
Wow.
you get in offices is awful.
Right.
It makes me want to kill myself.
It's worse than Denny's coffee.
I have no idea what that's like, but I'm going to take your word for it.
If you've spent enough time in the U.S., you should know what
I
Denny's
know what
is.
Denny's is, but I've never had that coffee.
Oh, okay.
I've had a few
It's
meals.
usually very bland.
Ah, right. Yeah, it's Denny's is a last resort restaurant.
Yeah, for me, it's like 6 packets of sugar, cream, and a whole bunch of other stuff poured into it, just so I can tolerate the stuff.
Nice.
I'm not a coffee drinker at all.
All right. Well,
Usually for me, there's either a bottle of Pepsi or Dr. Pepper.
no, no. We need to get you drinking some proper coffee. Come on round.
Be a proper American. Drink some
No,
coffee.
no, no. Most Americans don't drink proper coffee. Come on over. We'll show you what proper coffee is. Nice hand ground stuff.
Okay.
You can learn.
I can learn.
Oh man. All right. So I think that brings us to the end of the show.
Yay!
We can go back.
Another long one.
Yes, yes. If you guys don't know, Mr. OneWolfe and I have tried this once before, and funnily enough, we did actually have technical issues.
And I'm guessing they're probably going to happen again.
No. Following that episode, I have so many safeguards in place now for this particular show that it should never happen. Sometimes the camera on the second machine can go a bit wonky. That's fine. All the sound is fine. And there's always one camera working.
And we're recording a day early, so
yes, in case there are any issues.
in case, I mean, we probably could have gone back and re-recorded the show last time. I mean, there was enough time left over.
Yeah, there was, but it's I think I was kind of keen to start moving stuff on.
Yeah.
So I knew I could.
You were getting ready to go on a long vacation, so.
Yes, exactly. And I always knew that you were reliable to come back on.
No way.
Yeah.
I was gone forever.
No.
Never seen me again.
I know. I know you. All right, man. Well, it's been fantastic having you on the show.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
And that brings us to the end of the Sunday show. So thanks for watching, everybody. You've been a fantastic audience as always. And OneWolfe and I will see you next time. Adios.
Bye.